it. And now you gotta get it back. And the way to get it back is to go back to the beginning. You know what I mean?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. Have you ever wondered what it's like starting a job and not getting training and being thrown to the wolves? Well, welcome to the post office. I'm going to explain to you what happens when you first start at the post office, the training procedure, and how to get over it and how to get through it. But first, I'd like for you to take a look in the video description all of your postal needs. If you are currently employed, bunch of stuff down there that can help you progress through your postal life. I will be doing a video about that and try to break down some things. I'm not a financial expert, I'm not a credit repair person, but I'm going to give you some information on what it was for me to get through that journey. But now on to the video. Let's read this comment, shall we? Shall we? I was fired 2 days before my 90-day probation because the postmaster didn't like me. First off, postmaster don't know you. I don't like to read comments when somebody says someone doesn't like you. That's just me though. She lied to me, and all the reasons why I was fired on the termination letter was a lie. It's been 4 days since I was fired, and I want to get rehired to a different office. The postmaster that fired me needs to be fired. What can I do? First off, I'm a truck driver. What do you want me to tell you? You guys give me some unrealistic questions. I'm just talking about the post office and the basics around basic questions and try to give you some basic information. When you have something so specifically detailed, do you really think, just from the beginning of that comment, and I'm not picking at you, but do you really think that I could sit here on this channel and say, hey, this is what you can do to get your postmaster fired? I mean, I want you to read the comments in the video description after, or in the comments section after I'm done, and just see. I mean, that it sounds silly. I understand that I say ask questions, but please ask some realistic questions. I can't tell you how to get a postmaster fired. I don't know how to get a postmaster fired. I was a clerk at a manual office, and I had a hard time learning the E1412, and that pissed off the postmaster. I was left alone after 5 days training. The postmaster would not let me quit. She was determined to fire me. Well, this is going to lead into my video. So I have no idea what the E1412 is, and I spoke to a clerk and she didn't explain it to me. But here's the thing. If you are working and you have 90 days, that's your probation period. Probation period. You said you were there up until about 5 days before your 90-day period. If you have progressively gotten better from day one, you will not get fired. But if you stay stagnant or get worse, that can be reason for termination. Now, I don't know what an E1412 is, nor do I need to know. But I do know is if you know that you are falling short on something, it is up to you to find the information on how to achieve whatever it is you're falling short on. That's nobody else's job except for yours. It's in any job, not just the post office. Any job. Any job. And I'm not going to give examples, but just pick a job. If your job is to be a fry cook, you keep burning fries, they're going to fire you, right? Nonetheless, what I do not like, though, is the fact that you said that they gave you 5 days of training and they threw you out there. It sucks. This is where the video actually starts. Post office won't give you training. They don't give you training. They just kind of, hey, this is this machine. Hey, this is this route. Hey, this is that. Go with this person. Do this. Every different craft has a different scenario. And they tell you, figure it out. That sucks. It's horrible. It's disgusting because you kind of need to know certain things. On the other hand, though, there's nothing that we do that's rocket science. Nothing. Not a thing. Clerks. If your job is to be a window clerk and you got to do stuff and that's your job. It's just like being a cashier at any place. Office Depot, Home Depot, Depot, anywhere. That's your job. Figure out the register. It can be complex, but I'm sure after some time, even a McDonald's employee can figure some stuff out on their register and just pictures. But that's your job. It's not rocket science. Carrying mail isn't rocket science. It's laborious, but it's not rocket science. Driving trucks, not rocket science. Mail handlers, not rocket science. Processing clerks, not rocket science. Come on now. Do I need to continue? Seriously, there's nothing that we do is rocket science. So, if they give you information about, hey, this is how the job is done, but they didn't give you enough training, so you say. So I say. So everybody says. We know that's the fact. That's because they know, well, it's not rocket science. Put them out on the dock. Hey, make sure this mail moves from this end of the dock to the other end of the dock. Put them out on a route with a carrier. Hey, your job is to deliver this mail. Scan the mail on your truck. Scan the mail when you deliver it. It's your job to progress, to move forward, to show improvement on the task at hand. That's what we miss right here. So I'm not belittling anyone or any job, but it's up to you, the individual, to progress once you finally have the information in front of you. It is not an easy job, but it's not rocket science. That's the point behind this. It's not like, hey, you need to get on a computer and figure out how to rotate the moon around the sun and figure out the star. It's not rocket science. It's laborious work. It's up to you to figure out how to make this laborious work for you. Now, again, I don't know what's going on with the clerk thing because that's not a thing that I do. But I'm sure that if you didn't know or you made an error initially, because it may be a little more complicated, I know you got to do your measurements and stuff, that's when you ask questions. That's when you show improvement. But if you go into any job and you say, this person doesn't like me, you are not going to make it. Because it's not about people liking you. It's about you progressing so that you can create a future for yourself. That postmaster cannot stop you if you show improvement. Hey, messed up the first 2 weeks, but I learned what I needed to do. Now I'm on the ball. It took me a second. I was a little slow in the approach, but it all makes sense. I did a little homework, went home, asked a couple questions, asked a couple of the clerks, went to a couple different post offices, saw some clerks over there and said, what is this? What am I doing wrong? I work over at such and such station. Can you help me? If you really want the job, that's how you do it. But we have become stagnant. We have become complacent. and feel like everything should be gifted to us. Well, this is not a job where you get anything gifted to you. This is a laborer's job, not a job where you need to use too much of your smarts, but it is 100% a laborer's job, any position that you work at the post office. So, with that being said, goes back to the training. Where is the training? They don't train. Suck at training. Horrible training. But if you want your job, you ask questions that mean something to the craft that you are about to embark on. It is direly important. I didn't start knowing everything. CCA Nick didn't start knowing everything. Nobody you see in at that post office started knowing everything. Nope. And they probably got about the same amount of training. When I first got to the post office, when I was a contractor, they had left keys to the truck, in the truck, at a different location. Said, head over to the post office, tell them your route number, back up to a door, and they'll explain the rest. That was my first day working at the post office many years ago. And that I was like, wait, what? You serious? There's no supervisor? There's nobody to help me? Had to figure it out. Well, where's the first post office at? You'll find it. This is before we had all the Google Maps. Just ask somebody. They'll tell you how to get there. What? That's how it works. And people that need to be handheld, this isn't the job for you. It really isn't. Because we're already short-staffed. We don't have enough people to sit there and train properly. They attempt the training, but I mean, how far is it gonna go if you're not willing to put the best foot forward? Somebody said to me in one of the comments, I wish I could read it, stop being so negative. In one of my comments, talking about the CCA craft. And I said, well, what was negative about it? People, I'm telling you what it is. Do you want me to spoon feed it to you? I mean, I'm telling you, hey, it's a great career, but it's a hard career. There's not many people that make it. I mean, I had to watch the video over and see what she was talking about negative. No, it's not negative. I'm being realistic. Like I said, you want somebody to tell you some lies, then go find another channel. I can't do that. I'm going to tell you what it is. And I'm going to pray that you ride this ride out with your brothers and sisters at the post office. If you don't make it, I understand. Not everybody's going to make it. But if you want some assistance while you're going through it, if you're running some situations and you email me, if I can give information, I will. If I can, I'm going to say, hey, you got to try your union rep. I don't know. Man, I'm just a truck driver. Got to remember that. I don't know every answer. Never claim to. I do have some connections in different places that I can get answers, but if your scenario is way complex, just think about it. Should you even ask me? No, you know what? There is no such question as a dumb question. I will let you know. I don't think I can help you with that. But I appreciate the love that you guys are sharing with me and with each other, because you guys that have been here, the ones that have been here a long time, longer than me, and the new ones, they communicate. I like that. That helps them feel like they're not alone. When people are in this and they say, hey man, I made my first year, my first 2 years, my first 3 years, I was watching you before I started, man. Everything you said was right or true or whatever it was. And, you know, I keep watching because I know that I run into these situations. Hey, that's because we in this together. But I'm not here to spoon feed anybody. Training is non-existent. That is a fact. But we don't raise dummies around these parts in the United States of here, America. So if you can't get on the ball with it, or you don't have the oomph yet, then understand, maybe you need to go find another craft or another career until you come back to this. And come back later. With that being said, this is JH. I got my pen for my next video. I'm about to give you guys some information. And with that being said, if you made it to the end of this video, type dry erase marker in the comment section. I don't know how many people get offended. People just unsubscribe when they hear me talk. Whatever. dry erase marker in the comments section. This is JH. We out of here.